God save the Queen, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, NXT London has passed, and what an excellent night it was. They have one rule in mind, and that is to take over, and they did just that. Now,
not as good as Brooklyn, but you know, they tried.
Hey, we're always gonna be partial to Brooklyn because we were there. So, but however, the London crowd was energetic all night. Some weird chants, but we'll get to that eventually. Rob, overall thoughts on the whole show? Not match specific, but the whole night.
It was one of the better ones. It was very interesting, very different from the normal NXT Takeover series, but generally good. I liked it a lot.
Christina.
I mean, it was good. The matches were really intense, like definitely well wrestled, but overall a little bit anticlimactic, I feel, just because the titles didn't change. So there's that aspect.
That's a little prelude. So let's just run down like all the matches. First up, it was Asuka versus Emma. Asuka is a great wrestler. Emma is a great wrestler, and together they made, look at that, an excellent match. They had a story to tell, a lot of false finishes, a lot of spots where you thought Asuka might actually lose and Emma might, get the victory because of Dana. But overall, in the end, it was Asuka that took this match. Rob, how was your feeling about Asuka and Emma's performance?
I enjoyed it. Don't think it does better than Paige versus Emma from the first one. I compared it in their first video, but Emma performed very well. It had the whole factor of Dana Brooke interfering and whatnot, which is great. I loved it. Emma's sweet butterfly suplex onto the buckle. Loved it every second. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
I mean, I feel like they gave it the time that it deserved. Like, it was not cut short or anything. That kind of just ties in with the whole women's, what is it that they call it?
The Divas Revolution?
Yeah, the Divas Revolution. Like, giving women a chance in wrestling. So that was exciting, but it doesn't compare at all to, like, Bayley versus Sasha or anything.
Honestly, I don't think anything's going to compare to that ever.
It's still a very good match. They're both very good wrestlers.
Yeah, I was a fan of that finish. Where you think Emma was gonna like get the that cheap win, but then she just turned around and like kicked her for the 1, 2, 3. It was good. It was good that Emma didn't tap out. I don't know.
Yeah. They even got the ref bump in there.
Yeah, the ref bump and like
that was nice.
I thought there was a
object.
spot. Yeah, there was a spot where you think Asuka was actually gonna get disqualified, where she had like the foreign object in her hand.
What even was that? Like,
I think that was like some kind of belt.
It was like a piece of the turnbuckle that looked like she took it off.
I thought it was like Dana Brooke's belt or something.
I don't know. It was really odd.
Yeah. After that match, we went straight into the, I was going to say WWE, but NXT Tag Team Champions, Dash and Dawson, Enzo and Cass. They've been building us up for Enzo and Cass. By the video package, it looked like this was going to be Enzo and Cass's night. Like the whole, we've been together for the longest time.
It's a good montage.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was.
Hyped me up so hard. I wanted them to win so bad.
The crowd was in love with Enzo and Cass, as is like every other crowd. They came out to like a raucous ovation.
Oh my goodness.
It's interesting to see that they would be over there. Like
some
obviously,
Italian guys.
Obviously they're big here, but to know that like they're just as big in other parts of the world is really interesting.
Yeah, London loves them.
Enzo with his leather overalls with the
the
Union
UK
Jack on
flag.
the inside. Like,
Whoever is doing like the leather work for the WWE is so good. Like Sasha's jacket for the last Raw was so good. The red one, like they're doing some cool stuff. This was just wacky.
And for those who don't know, if Enzo had a pound for every time they got knocked down but didn't get back up, they'd have 0 pounds. Also, another great match. A lot of like ring psychology 101. There's like that is the epitome. Any old school wrestling fan probably loved that match because of it. They had like the injured legs, like they go on a specific
the arms.
Yeah, the specifics.
Arms and the legs.
Arms, body parts.
His knee, they're all about like Cass's knee.
The chop block.
And just like great tag team. Like there's two things that WWE hasn't slept on for like many years. It's tag team, the division, and the women's division. And both matches right now prove that you can have awesome women's and tag team matches. However, with all the hype and all the grandeur that Enzo and Cass got, they ultimately did not win the NXT Tag Team Championship. Enzo, towards the end, got the Super Shatter Machine off the top rope.
Oh my goodness.
It's a great spot. I thought
just the moves they do alone are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, my brother recently introduced me to like very, very old school WCW, NWA, and we were watching a Tully Blanchard match, and he did one of the moves during the match, the Gourd Buster, and I got so excited when I saw that because I was like, oh my god, it's a freaking Gourd Buster! Like, it's awesome, and just so good.
Everything about their look and everything too harkens back to like tag teams of day that you were talking about.
So exciting.
Yeah, the whole
cool.
just.
I mean, they're good, but I don't know if it's just me. I find them totally unlikable, and I like heels, so it's not even like, oh, I need them to be like super face.
They're just a little bit boring.
There's
but,
nothing about them that's memorable or likable at all. Like, I just didn't care that they won, even though they're technically really good.
It's pretty much what they are, though. They're straight up just a tag team. They're not like anything crazy.
Yeah.
We're just a tag team. That's it.
They may be like that case where they're just in the wrong generation.
Yeah.
Like, they probably would have done super well in the 1980s with like a Bobby the Brain Heenan, Jim Cornette, somebody like a mouthpiece on them. But that's like another lost art, like the manager aspect of like wrestling today. Christine, where do you think Enzo and Cass go from here since losing?
I was saying to Rob, I wouldn't be surprised if they just got like rocketed up to WWE, just going main roster. I don't think they need a win to make them any more successful. Like, they already showed in the video package and everything that they're a really well put together tag team. They obviously have a lot of fan base. I don't think they need a title. Like, I think they've got enough support behind them. They've had a lot of training in NXT. I think it's time. It's their time now.
Enzo proves that he is like probably the best talker in NXT, maybe even half the roster nowadays. Yeah. But another thing, when they lost, it just seemed like the crowd got so deflated. After that, like, it just went stone quiet. They were just
really
like, not even boos for Dash and Dawson. It was just like, wait, what? You know.
The ending was just very exciting, though.
Yeah.
Like him pulling Enzo out. No, pulling Cass out. Was it Cass or was it Enzo?
It was Enzo. Like when he did
flying up the top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Him
Empire
pulling him
Splash,
off.
whatever.
I mean, you're right though about them like just not even, I guess, expecting it maybe too. Like Carmella, they showed that shot of her doing the count of 3 to the crowd, and everyone was like at 3, and then oh wait, just kidding.
Yeah, it was great camera because I didn't even see whoever just pulled him out. I'm like, oh, all right, guess that's not gonna be the end of it. I thought I was getting hype, I was getting ready, new tag team chance, but alas, it was not. So hopefully, it is main roster success for Enzo and Cass. That like influxing them in with New Day would be just tremendous right now. Like the way New Day's going. And like the Lucha Dragon, just putting Enzo and Cass there, potential.
The tag teams are pretty hype right now, main roster, so that would be cool.
So
except the Ascension.
Yeah,
no one cares about
the Ascension. Just straight 8 jobbers right now. And Tyson Kidd.
But it's fine.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Get well soon, Tyson, because Cesaro needs you for. Well, Cesaro's hurt anyway. But next match was Apollo Crews versus Baron Corbin. Apollo Crews, up to this point, is undefeated. Would he be able to stop the lone wolf, Baron Corbin, or Baron Corbin, who's just been on a tear lately, give Apollo Crews his first loss? Good match overall. You know, Baron's really stepped up his game, I feel, over the past couple months. Apollo Crews is a great athlete, so it was a very good back and forth. Even Baron Corbin's personality, him chattering to Apollo throughout the match was great. What did you think about this match?
I enjoyed it. It was a little slow, but then again, coming from the tag match just happens, pretty ridiculous. But I mean, Apollo's very talented, as you said. His reversal of Baron Corbin's finisher, End of Days, where he flips around his arm.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What?
He's proven he's like a full-on gymnast.
Corbin just yelling during the match. A lot more charismatic than he's been as of late. So
that's what we were talking
I'm pretty happy with that.
He's another character that, like, I don't like him. I also don't like to not like him. Like, you know, if that makes any sense. I feel like he's not likable, and he's also not very unlikable. So it's like you just don't care. You kind of hover in that, like, oh, that guy again. Like, I don't know. I mean, they've really been pushing him on, like, breaking ground, so that's kind of making him more exciting.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess I was surprised to see Apollo lose. I just wasn't expecting it at all.
Yes, in the end, it was Apollo Crews who got his first loss due to Baron Corbin. Apollo Crews was going for his like new finisher, that powerbomb thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And he reversed it into the End of Days. I was shocked. I believe you guys were shocked as well.
I was not expecting that at all.
But when you think about it, I guess it's beneficial more for Corbin to get the win than Apollo Crews. I feel like Apollo Crews, they can like take their time with him. He can afford a loss right now. Baron Corbin, when you look back at it, he lost at Brooklyn, and I don't think he's had that one major win so far.
That's
so
true.
for him to be the first one to be like an uprising Apollo Crews, that gives him credibility as a heel, and like probably future championship matches. So.
Do you think he's next up for number 1 contendership?
It's looking like that. If he beat the previous number 1 contender, then by like logic,
sense.
it would be that. So
I'm still pulling for
He's
that.
definitely not like ready for the main roster. Like he needs development still because his character is just kind of like meh. I feel like people just don't really care. But
right.
I'm still pulling for that Fatal 4-Way.
The Fatal 4-Way.
The Joe, Apollo, Corbin, Finn.
Yeah,
I would love that match.
Maybe at the next takeover.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. So after this match, they had the Nia Jax promo. She said she was gonna kill Bailey or probably something along those lines.
Yeah, murder her.
Yeah, but
Through a
also
door.
in that she looks over and she's like, "Oh, what are you looking at?" Camera pans over and it is Asuka. That it was a well done tease. They've stayed away from each other so far, and looks like they're on a little collision path. Asuka versus Nia Jax.
That's gonna be interesting. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised to see Asuka take it, like, just because she is that big like heel, but Bailey obviously was able to figure out some stuff, and Asuka's a tactical wrestler too. I could just see it working out. I don't know.
So that leads into the women's championship match. Nia Jax versus Bailey. A tremendous match. It was classic David versus Goliath. In this, like, you have the lovable one, like the little tiny do-gooder versus the giant, big, brooding monster, Nia Jax. Nia Jax proves that she can go in this one, which is like surprising. Like somebody who I'm assuming she's relatively new. So I don't know how long she's been wrestling, but
a little bit.
But Bailey's master at her craft right now. She's like the veteran now of the NXT Divas.
Yeah.
So
the mentor.
It was an awesome match. What did you guys think, Christina? What did you think of the match?
I loved it. Like, we really got to see Bailey work, which is cool, because I feel like she's so good that she kind of needed a challenge like this where it almost seems like an impossible task, and she's just so impressive every time that she gets in the ring. I thought that Bailey might lose it throughout the entire thing. It was kind of surprising to see that she just did submission hold after submission hold and wore her down and had to just bring out everything in her like wrestling tool belt to make it work, but she did it.
Bailey
it was awesome.
Bailey with the dragon sleeper, I loved it.
Yes.
Nia Jax with the sweet Samoan drops. That was pretty nice.
And the multiple leg drops where I thought she was actually going to take it, just like do 5 in a row and like just 1, 2, 3, and there we go.
Her legs like
yeah,
trunks. Oh my god! Like how did she survive?
One after another. Yeah. So, but Bailey found a way to put down the monster. They were on the top rope, and then she just put him on like that dragon sleeper, and then again on the ground, and then
I feel like she used her endurance like against her. Really,
it also
she's faster and just quicker.
It also kind of looks like she put her in Taker's last rites. At least that's what it looked like to me. I don't know if it was or not. It was like mid-match. It kind of looked like it. I don't know if it actually was, but it might have been something like modified or whatever they call it.
Yeah. So Nia Jax does tap out. Bailey retains the title. So it looks like Bailey's going to continue as champion. Whether Nia Jax is going to get a rematch, I don't know. Whether she's going to go against Asuka, maybe for like a number 1 contenders match at the next takeover, while Bailey goes against an Alexa Bliss or Eva Marie at this point. I don't know. I don't know where they go.
She's just fought everybody and won. I think she could be another case where she won. She might just kind of drop a belt or something really abrupt at one point and just join the Divas.
I mean, isn't that what Paige did?
Paige did, but only because she won the WWE Divas Championship on the first night. So
true. Maybe they could do that with Bailey.
Yeah,
imagine that.
I mean, I can see something crazy like that happening only because the way that the Divas division is structured right now in the WWE with all the teams, there's no place for her.
Yeah,
unless she just comes in and wrecks and
I feel like
does
that's ending
something.
soon.
Once that ending, once Team Bad like disperses, once like Brie comes back and just Nikki and Bella. And once finally Charlotte does her full heel turn or whatever, and let Becky go on her way, it'll be good because you have potential of Bailey versus Paige. That could be an interesting storyline. Bailey versus Becky, Brie. You know, Bailey in there, like her character works well with so many different storylines.
She's female John Cena,
She's
as
female,
I've said.
Mm-hmm. She's that cartoon character, like the superhero, like do-gooder,
You just
goody
can't
two-shoes.
hate her. You can't. She's a great wrestler, coupled with the fact that she seems like a really good person. She's gonna be the next person to do 501 Make-A-Wishes and just rip John Cena's record out of the water.
Bailey's coming for that prize, Cena. You better watch out. Main event time now. Finn Balor, Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's been built up as that monster heel, like I said. Finn Balor had to unleash the demon in this takeover.
Good.
It was so cool.
Greatest stuff. Just showing how versatile the demon and like demon getup is. He comes out to a Jack the Ripper inspired paints.
Good.
The top hat, like we call it when someone who's wearing a fucking top hat, you know.
If
the
he wore a
jacket.
monocle, like wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So
Mr.
weird.
Peanut style.
Yes.
He has the monocle like painted on his
Yeah.
face. Like, what?
I also love like the he reminds me of Gollum also when he's like crawling to his belt
Oh,
and
yeah.
he like just slowly picks it up and he's like, my precious, and like just goes back to his goes to the ring. Samoa Joe just comes out just you know, no business, like all business, no jokes, no games. The crowd was like pretty split, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of people love Joe.
Very evenly split, but oh my god, Finn's paint though.
Yeah.
Whoever did his paint,
Yeah.
spectacular. He looked so good.
You have to check that out. Samoa Joe bringing the fight to the demon. It was a very like gritty, like bare knuckle, just fighting. You know, Samoa Joe's going through the ropes. He's doing his planches
Back and forth.
There was a time where like Samoa Joe just got the upper hand, like so much. It was like, wow, is Finn gonna get any like offense in this?
Yeah, it was nutty.
Overall, what did you think, Rob?
It
Like,
was
the pacing
amazing.
of
I loved it. Like
everything.
the last 5 minutes of the match were just like so exciting. I was just like, who is going to win this? I
Mm-hmm.
can't even tell. Like with he's going for his super muscle buster. I was like, oh my god, super muscle buster, get out of here! Like the move on its own is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, like my heart almost stopped. I'm like, wow, this might actually
is it.
happen.
This
This
is
is
it.
it. Yeah, somebody's gonna die, and somebody's gonna walk out of here. Christina, what did you think of the match?
I mean, Corey Graves made a point throughout the match that was talking about how Joe is a heavyweight wrestler that moves around like a lightweight. Like that
Yeah.
in itself was crazy to see that it didn't matter that there was literally 100 pounds worth of size difference between the two guys because it was so quick and just if you blinked you would miss something, which made it really cool. But I don't know. I'm always impressed by Finn. I mean, I am partial to him because he's definitely one of my favorite wrestlers ever. But just like time after time, like finding the strength to do stuff where it was like, wow, like I don't understand how he wasn't just completely like knocked out. It was insane.
But in the end, it was when he was going for that super muscle buster, he reversed it and into the coup de grace. Finn Balor pins him 1, 2, 3, retaining the NXT Championship match. You were hoping for that Fatal 4-Way. That might happen, but I think it's Corbin next for that.
Corbin first.
Yeah. He's gonna say I beat Apollo Crews, like I told you I'm the best, and he's probably gonna get that shot at the next takeover, whenever that is.
I feel like that match doesn't really have the pizzazz of this level of main event or the
Yeah.
previous one, Kevin Owens Balor. Like what?
Yeah, well maybe that's why it's gonna be one of the takeovers at Full Sail, not like the grandier ones. So.
Yeah, I think the next one coming up is was it? I think it might have said Dallas. If I'm not mistaken. I could be
think
making
you're
that
right.
up.
It's
Oh, is
somewhere
it
in
Dallas?
Texas.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
think it might be that might be the next one.
Okay, so they might actually do some. So we'll see where it goes. We probably won't get any storyline progression for like another week or two. The same way they did in Brooklyn, I believe they taped an NXT before the event, so it's just like pretty much a throwaway NXT. Just matches for fun and just a recap. So also, no, I lied. Sami Zayn's coming back on that episode. So
Yeah,
they didn't show him on the main London takeover, which like was kind of a bummer, but. Well, I guess they're saving that for NXT TV.
Yeah, it was
so.
a little disappointing, but it's gonna be hype once it happens.
Yeah. Get that warm out that ring rust so you can go back to the main roster. So overall, London was great. The crowd, like you said, was just out of their mind.
The chants,
The
though,
chants, yes.
so musical. Like, they're
Yes.
so in sync. I feel like there had to be, like, a
Was it-
big, like, acting troupe or something within the actual audience.
Was
It was so
it
crazy.
Hey Jude, White Stripes.
Yeah.
That weird Bailey chant that was like upgraded Bailey.
Yeah, and Baron Corbin.
I still have no idea what they were saying. during Baron
It sounded
Corbin.
like if you go back and watch the NXT, to me it sounded like they were saying Baron Corbin, blah blah blah, you're shit.
That's what I heard.
I was like, wait, what?
But I don't think they were saying it. I think it was
I didn't
just
know if
like
they
their
said, like,
their accent
gets
maybe.
Yeah.
He shot. I was
He
like,
shot.
what? I don't know.
I don't know.
Leave a comment down below.
Shoot.
Let us know. What do you think? What do you think he was saying? What do you think of the chant?
All you Londoners like out there, what the hell were you guys saying?
Like,
I don't know.
Explain, because some of the chants you could actually hear the accent in the chants.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
It's so good.
so cool.
So I'll give you London fans some credit. When we were there, we may have like amplified what like Full Sail has done, but you guys like the originality of your chants was pretty good. But you best believe once Brooklyn comes back, we're gonna like bring the noise. So just saying.
But still,
But
for
still.
for it being the first NXT
Yes.
out of the States, it had its own flavor
Yes.
and vibe, and it was cool.
And it was
I
great.
liked watching it as an
And
American, so I'm sure that
yes.
they like watching it not being from here.
And I'm sure the same funny feeling that we got that day they had in London. So I was thinking if they were in London, they already did a Japan special. I would not be surprised if NXT does a takeover in Japan, especially when
That would be nuts.
when Today
Finn's gonna be
Otami
there
comes
too?
back. Yes, definitely. Like
Good God.
Finn's like breeding ground for eight years. Hideo Itami coming back by then probably. Asuka.
If they bring in
True.
some Japanese people,
Yeah.
oh
like,
my God, Rainmaker,
Rainmaker,
Okada. Oh my goodness,
Some.
I would freak out.
And then just bring Jushin Thunder Liger for like
Yep,
another
to bring him
appearance.
back.
Too.
Yeah, so. But overall, there you have it, our review of NXT London. It was a spectacular event. What did you guys think? Comment down below, like she said. Let us know. And also subscribe to our channel. Your favorite trio. Us.
For all the fun, it never ends.
It never ends.
Ever.